Here is the first sentence from Baby Rocco.
There was something in my cookie that tasted like
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Well, okay.
My mind's erasing over here.
Yeah, okay. All right. If you missed that, it's...
There was something in my cookie that tasted like
Okay.
He's not cursing. It's another word.
Oh, really? Okay, so these are all FCC-friendly
Yes.
words. Okay.
We can actually play them.
Despite what we've known about his
It
past.
just sounds so intense.
Sounds bad.
Okay.
Oh, it does sound bad.
Man, his cookie that tasted like bleep. Okay, what do you think that might be, Jennifer?
I'm going to say booger just because I have a 3-year-old myself. So
okay.
I'm going to go with something gross.
Okay. All right, boogers. What do you think, Jay-Bird?
It sounds like he's saying chips. Like, it sounds like he's got the going on. I'm going to go chips.
Okay. You think chips? All right, let's hear what that word was.
there was something in my cookie that tasted like chocolate.
Chocolate.
Oh,
Chocolate.
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Well, hello. Welcome to the Thursday KVJ show. Working our way to the weekend. And big stuff. What's going on?
That's my own fault. The volume on my...
That took all of about 5 seconds.
Hamburger Hands couldn't turn down his volume fast enough.
Good heavens. Well, I don't want to bother you over there. Obviously, you got a lot of good stuff going on.
Kevin, I'm working. I'm editing. Get off my case.
We need to get you a production studio then, I think.
Sure.
Okay. Well, here we go. Yeah, tomorrow we got some big stuff. It's going to be going down, the KVJ live show. It's going to be fun. If you came out to the last one we did at Doss, there's a lot of new stuff we're going to be doing and trying out. Having some fun stuff. We're going to be giving away tickets to the Palm Beach Summer Beer Fest. That's happening next Saturday.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I know a lot of people want to go, and maybe you don't want to drop like 40 bones to come sample the over 200 craft beers.
How many pairs of tickets to the said beer fest will we have?
4.
4?
Yep. So
Okay.
we'll have 4 different contests that you
That's
can come
healthy.
and win. Yeah, 4 contests over the course of an hour. That's break that down. That's one every 15 minutes. Hello, sweet math.
That's good.
Yeah. So that'll be a good time. So you can come out and win that. Maybe you could take Jaybird down in a beer chug contest.
He's thrown it out there. He'll take on any man or beast.
So I have lost a step or two. This is my comeback. The last couple chug-offs, I've kind of gotten beat pretty bad publicly.
You don't sound as confident as you did yesterday when you were drinking.
You're right. It's something how
You were like, I'll take on anybody.
Yeah.
Bring it.
I'll still take them on. I just don't know if I'm going to win.
Beer courage.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were in it with probably the fastest chugger I've ever seen at an event.
It's all about your mind frame going into it, and I would argue the first 2 seconds are the most important of the chug-off.
How you start the race.
Yes.
How you get out of the chute.
Yep.
It either feels good going down or you're like, oh, no.
You know pretty quick if like, oh, this ain't going to go well.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll do like we did last time either, because remember last time we were getting those 9% beers that Kevin had turned us on to? The hazy IPA one that's a really high percentage.
I think I turned you on to him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember that specifically.
It was a really strong beer, and we were
'Cause
chugging
that's
those.
not, yeah, I usually don't turn on to really strong beers.
There was a really strong one that we were chugging. I think we need to reevaluate that plan.
Yeah, typically chugging a low alcohol beers is smart. Especially if we do a best out of 3 again.
But hey, I've never done anything smart, so come on, let's go.
Yeah. So you can join us. That's going to be tomorrow. So we're gearing up for that. It's going to be at Doss Craft Beer and Pizza on Singer Island. Just after 5 o'clock, show up. I know people want to get there early because get a table by the stage.
Yes, and get
Yeah.
your food order in and do all that a little bit early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making my food order already. I already got because the pizzas are delicious and I love them, and I have them all timed out. I'm gonna get 3 cheeses and 2 mac and cheeses, and that will
5 pizzas?
5 pizzas, yes. That will get me through Saturday.
Okay.
Plus, we'll come back to the house. Denny's will have some, I think.
Okay.
Depends on if Peace Train drinks or not.
Denny's will have some when I ration him out 1 piece.
Well, Denny's doesn't love pizza like he used to. He's turned into a pizza diva, which kind of breaks my heart a bit.
Yeah.
But if he
Pizza's got some GMOs.
does it, I don't even know. I don't even talk GMOs anymore. That was so controversial.
Between you and your tender tummies. You guys are 2 of the biggest pansies. Well, I'm one of the pansies, too. Between all of us, we are the biggest pansies on the planet.
We don't have a man on the show.
We do not have a man on the show.
Your decision-making skills are on point. You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about Jay Bird?
So I got an adult question, and it's going to be kind of annoying, but I guess I'm annoying. Have you ever had one of those mailboxes where you have the key and you have to go and open it? Well,
Yes.
something happened, and it broke off of my keychain, and now my mailbox key is gone. I have no idea where it's at. And all this mail is piling up in my box, and I also got like 3 or 4 G.I. Joe things in there, too. And I don't know what happens when the mail overflows and no one's getting it, and B, how the heck do you get another key? They told me I gotta go to the post office and then talk to them.
It's true.
But do you when you go there, are you like, hey guys, where's the key section?
No, you just go up to the counter with your ID.
ID, got it.
And you got to show them that you, in fact, live where you say you're living. And you tell them, look, I lost my key. What do I do? Can you help me get a new key for that box?
Because the mail person was by me yesterday, and I almost...
You should talk to him.
I was on foot, and I'm trying to run, and he got in the car, and I was kind of chasing the mail. Like, don't leave!
Because if you show him your ID...
That would work?
Yes. A lot of
Oh.
times he'll open the back of the box for you. You show him your ID, you prove that it's you. He can open the box and you can get all your mail out.
So that was more of my question to the mail people of the world. If I did show them my ID, is there going to be some kind of mail person that goes, nope, sorry, you got to have the key. Legally, can you do it that way?
I don't know if he's supposed to, but I've had it happen many a time where I've showed them my ID and they've let me clear out the mailbox because I proved that it was my address.
And do they throw away all your mail if it becomes over?
No, they would never.
He's clearly not coming to get it. Let's just throw it all away.
That's a federal offense to throw away mail.
It is?
Yes.
What about all the...
It is.
Okay.
Only you can
Yes.
throw away your mail.
So if you're
No
about to
one-
confess to a federal crime right now on the radio, don't.
Don't.
I'm just saying, all I'm saying is this. You live at a place, you're renting it, and then you've got all of this mail coming in from 9 different people who
You're
live...
supposed to write on it, return to sender, and put it back in the box. You're not supposed to throw it away.
I put it...
Or you go deliver
amazed
it. If it's the wrong address, like this happens to me, I'll get my neighbor's mail sometimes by accident. I'll walk down 2 houses and give it to them. You can't hold on to somebody else's mail.
Who knows these rules?
A lot of people, actually.
You have to... Every piece of mail you don't get... Kevin, my last place seriously had 11 different tenants every single day. It would have been a chore.
Mail is serious things, bro.
I figured if it was serious enough, they'd be...
I had that in an apartment. I would always take it back to the office, and they were kind enough to take care of it for me.
There you
Okay, I'm
go.
still getting the last guy's mail.
Office? Listen to office. All right. You're right. I put it in the return to sender box.
All right.
Thank you for teaching me.
What you got in your mind today, Virginia?
Well, oh my gosh, guys, it's so exciting. There is a brand new social media app that I just found that all the kids are doing. Magnolia actually turned me on to it, and she said, Mom, this is everything.
Oh, it's everything.
Yeah, better than Snapchat, better than Instagram.
Okay.
And definitely better than that old person thing, Facebook.
A new thing's trying to launch here social media-wise.
It's called TikTok. Do you know about this?
No.
It's actually, I fell in a TikTok wormhole yesterday watching videos. It's so creative and it's so fun. You make your own videos to like songs. So there'll be like a song of like a rap song that's hot right now, but you mouth the words like you're doing it like, lip sync style. and it's short clips and edits, and you like work in things like your pet or your mom or dad. Or it's really funny. You've got to go explore. Fall in the wormhole. You'll love it.
I mean, I'm struggling just getting a key. That sounds so hard.
TikTok.
TikTok.
It's the new hotness.
Okay, I might download it then.
You should.
I might DL it.
You of all people, because you appreciate funny videos that are well done.
It seems like it's goofy in the world of goofy.
It's super goofy, and it's really cute. And it's all what the young people are doing.
Okay.
What I got on my mind here today, I see that the Brightline might be adding new stations up and down Florida.
What towns?
Well, that's the discussion right now. They're talking to a couple different cities. It looks like right now, Boca, Hollywood, Aventura are the three that I've heard mentioned in the discussions. But for some reason, I don't know, I'm kind of perturbed by it. Now, Boca, okay, I give you, because by car, that's, 30 minutes from West Palm, and it's still 20 minutes from Fort Lauderdale. To me, when I look at South Florida, you got the pillars. You got your Miami, you've got your Fort Lauderdale, and then you got, Boca and West Palm in there. I think pretty much those four big cities, kind of prop up South Florida. And they're talking about possibly Aventura. Okay, I guess you got some money there. Maybe you need something in between Fort Lauderdale and Miami, because you could argue the same thing. Well, if you need Boca in there, then, you got to prop up either Hollywood or so. Maybe that. But, I mean, after a while, though, doesn't the Brightline just become the Tri-Rail?
Yeah, it's just a fancy Tri-Rail. If you stop all that much, it goes faster, but all those stops are going to make it less appealing.
Yeah, no, it was kind of interesting because I was just looking at some of the comments and trying to, I may be selfish because I'm in West Palm, so it's great for me to jump to Fort Lauderdale and Miami, and I don't want any interruptions.
And why aren't we worried about Orlando? That's the
They are
stop
working
that
on that
I want to
one.
add.
Yeah, that's going to happen by 2022.
Okay,
So
well, let's hit the gas on that and not worry about Boca.
They already got that. So they're like, the Orlando thing is locked in, and they'll have probably a train that goes over to Disney. And so, this is kind of the discussion is where to put it. But they're even talking about even going to Miami Airport, going to Port Miami. So, who knows? We might wind up having another 5 or 6 Brightline stops. And the only thing that I look at is the Tri-Rail. Man, I didn't realize it's pretty cheap. It's like a $5 ride, and then you get on the Brightline, it's like 15. It's like 3 times the amount.
But on the Tri-Rail, you got to smuggle your drinks. On the Brightline, they bring them to you on a beverage cart.
If you pay extra.
Chilled.
It's
even more than the 15.
It's a different experience. In fact, I feel like even when my friends are on, if my friends are on the Brightline, they act different. When they get on the other one, they act
The
different.
Tri-Rail.
Yeah,
It brings out the animal in you.
Yeah.
They have Tri-Rail attitude and then they have Brightline attitude. I've seen it before.
Well, I hate to say it, but it's like I had some family from out of town. My aunt saw the trailer. She's like, "Oh, that's a broke down train."
It kind of is.
It needs a bath or something.
It does. It needs a facelift.
Is anyone scrubbing down the Tri-Rail a little
And
bit?
we didn't notice how bad it was until they put it alongside the Brightline.
Yes.
And then you're like, ooh.
Right.
Tri-Rail, girl, you get a bath.
That's kind of it. So Tri-Rail, trying to stay relevant in the game, is apparently trying to work with Brightline, and they want to move their trains over to those tracks that are east rather than west.
Interesting.
And so that might be the whole train game in South Florida, but it's mass transit, and you want it fast and you want it efficient. And the only thing I'm just worried about is now that sweet little 1 hour ride to Miami is now, okay, at that point, why aren't we just driving?
But if you're all on the same track, aren't you not as convenient for everybody?
That's what I thought,
like,
too.
what about people that work west?
Yep.
Don't they like the Tri-Rail?
Well, it's not that far west. In fact, it probably should be farther west.
It should be farther west. It's only like 1.5 miles or something. It's not far at all.
Yeah, so I saw that and I was like, I don't know. And I was, reading people from Boca like, yeah, we need to stop. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you Boca. But I don't know how many more I want to give, because at that point, if you're right, that Brightline $15 ride is now going to take you an hour and a half to get to Miami anyway. I'm like, that's what I do in a car. What? And it costs the same amount to park, so.
Tri-Rail, if you're listening, what if you guys added a snack element? Everyone gets they got cupcakes and chips and stuff. I know it seems like it might be money you're wasting, but I think it's actually money you're putting into your product.
Yeah, I don't know. Looking at the outside of the train, I'm not going to want to eat what's inside of the train.
It's got to be packaged.
Saying.
It's got to be packaged.
Yeah, and a lot. I mean, especially in our licky environment we have today.
You're right.
If anyone's licking any food, it's going to happen on the tri-rail.
Can we offer you some gross, dirty gummy bears?
Yeah,
Again, it must be packaged, but you're right. With the licking epidemic going on right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got a new chapter in the licking epidemic. It's every single day we've got something brand new.
There's more. There's a new one?
Yeah, there's
It's
a new one.
elevated, gross one.
New elevated gross one in another place other than just the grocery store where you have to be afraid about getting someone else's germs.
I knew it.
Why? Because I've seen the video. Why in this video is this chick's face blurred? They need to make sure that when this video goes viral, her face is recognizable.
Is she underage?
I don't care.
If she's underage, they blur the face. That's what
I
happened.
don't care.
Look, I am with
She
you.
deserves the wrath, and so do her parents, and it's a lesson to be learned so no other kids do it. If we keep blurring their faces, you're protecting the bad guy.
I got to tell you, Monday, I came in here ranting. I felt like I got some pushback. Thursday, seems like everyone's kind of PO'd about the licking. Amen.
It's next level.
It is.
All right. I'll tell you the latest licking episode next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Got another licking episode going on here.
Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, it's gone ice cream. People are then spitting in mouthwash and tea bottles. And now the latest thing you got to worry about somebody putting their gross tongue all over. Happened, looks like at a doctor's office right here in Florida.
Great.
Jacksonville.
I'm always at the doctor.
Yeah, no, you are. You are. The latest video shows somebody taking one of those tongue depressors that they keep in the jar that's right there and going...
Like the oversized popsicle stick looking thing?
Yeah, that's what you're looking at. Just licking
Licking all over
that
and
one.
then putting it back with the
Putting
other
it right
ones.
back in with the other one.
10 years in prison.
Yeah.
Don't blur out her face. That is making me mad.
So you kind of pushed back, both of you, on my 10 years of prison kind of thing the other day. Where are your thoughts at now?
I still don't think 10 years
Okay.
in prison is rational.
Let people lick all over then. Just let them lick away.
I do believe in tampering laws about doing stuff like that. I do believe in strong fines and probations and things along those lines. I do believe in being banned for life from your YouTube. I think they need to step up and realize they play a part in all this stuff.
She's so sassy in the video because there's a sign that says, do not, mess with the medical supplies. I mean, it doesn't say mess, but whatever it says, don't touch the
It
medical
says, please do not touch medical supplies.
So she licks all over it and then puts her hands all in the thing, puts it back and goes, don't tell me how to live my life.
Oh.
Which, for old people like us, that's the most annoying line that you hear from the youngsters today. Don't tell me how to live my life. It's I don't know about you.
This fires me up so much.
I do whatever I want.
Where is the video without her face blurred? You know it exists. Somebody blurred her face, and they should not have blurred her face.
Here's why fines are not going to work. I think it's a great thing to put as part of the punishment. But if you get somebody who comes from money, like some of these kids do, and it's just a fine, their parents are going to pay for it. They're going to learn nothing. You got to hit them where it hurts. They have to go to the hole for 10 years.
The hole.
Yeah. Well, as it would be right now, I think I've seen at least 6 of these videos. So that's at least 6 people.
Of what you know about.
Of what you know about. So we're going to put all these people, the thousands of people, in jail for 10 years.
Well, hopefully if people start realizing, I better not lick that or I'm going to really, really feel the burn. I'm going to go to jail. Then, I think you'll probably get people not wanting to do it.
All these people 10 years in jail or just one public execution?
Well, that's a little much.
I don't know. I kind of like this really draconian measures now. Well, nobody likes this kind of stuff that's going on here. So that's just it. And it's going to be interesting to see because is this going to be a quick phase that's going to end or is it just lifting up the veil that we've all been so blinded by? How many gross people are out there doing these kind of things repeatedly? Social media now just puts a spotlight on it where we might have to say, I remember when I was a kid way back in the day, somebody's going around poisoning Tylenol, and then they started putting those things on the bottles that you can't get into.
Safety caps, with
so
the seal.
Is it just every single product now we got to step up? The issue being is plastic is the best way to cover all these things up. However, we've got a war on plastic, so we're like, I don't know what to cover this in.
People have always been weird, so I think there's always been an element of this going on. But you're right. With the internet, you're mixing weird with the internet. It's escalating it.
And everybody wants to go viral.
Well, Kevin, everyone wants to live their best life. I mean,
Don't tell me how to live my life, J-Bird. I will lick whatever I want.
I can't tell you how much that just enrages me.
Right?
Yes.
She's like so sassy and pointing out the sign, don't touch the medical supplies. Don't tell me how to live my life.
Well, this was my fear. That it starts with ice cream, because you're talking about how they have, police buy the ice cream. They're gonna lick other stuff, and they are. They're licking stuff that's not even food now.
Yeah. Now anything that could go in your mouth. Now, unfortunately, we have to lock everything away from the animals because we just have animals amongst us. And this has been one of those squirrely, weird weeks. I don't know if it's the heat.
It's that retrograde.
Retrograde. People are nuts. Like this last week. There's just been one story after another. It's like, wait.
Mercury is in retrograde till the end of the month. And
Yep.
if stuff in your life is just kind of going chaotic or haywire or weird, or you can't get it together and you feel so off. First of all, we feel your pain because we're in it too, but we think it's this Mercury in retrograde.
Yes.
The planet is literally going backwards.
We don't
Where
know.
normally it goes
Wait, what
full,
are you
like,
saying?
it's a retrograde, like it's going backwards.
It has the appearance, yes.
So what the hell? It's freaking us all out.
Yeah, I'm still open-minded to it. I think it's interesting. I do think there's other factors going on. We are in the dead heat of summer. People lose their minds. I know at least in South Florida,
Yeah.
you walk into your car, you just want to fight the tree.
Yeah. I mean, the news, all these stories I'm seeing, like, what is going on with people? They're losing their minds. And this is crazy, too. I just don't understand, like, who thought this up? I get it. The show Chernobyl is really big on HBO. Critically acclaimed. People love it. Sure, it's wildly depressing, but people are just saying it's well done. It's a fascinating story. I mean, this is a nuclear meltdown that we're talking about here. Well, when you're in the Ukraine, sometimes travel and tourism is tough to come by because it doesn't necessarily have the beauty and the beaches like what we have here in South Florida. So when you're in the Ukraine, you got to go with whatever you can get. And now they're starting to realize, this Chernobyl thing's kind of a hit, and people are very fascinated. So they are planning on turning Chernobyl that you're watching on HBO into a tourist attraction to boost up travel and tourism in the Ukraine. The problem is, does anyone know what the problem might be?
Is it still a radioactive situation where it's not safe to go?
Very high levels of radioactivity. Yes, it's not something that just whoosh, a wind blows it away. I mean, it is radioactive for generations and basically no one can go in forever.
Isn't that crazy how
Yes.
long it's radioactive for?
So, I mean, really, like, who would take the family? Let's go to the Ukraine to Chernobyl. What? I don't know if they're serious about this. I'm like, oh, this has to be a joke. But I can't even tell the real news and the fake news anymore because the real news sounds so fake.
Yeah.
I'm like, they are not opening up a tourist attraction in Chernobyl.
Was it on The Onion?
No, I looked at 3D. I'm like, no, this has got to be a joke. So I don't know. If anyone else can find the truth, there's no way this is real.
The internet is just tricking us all.
I can't even find the real story. I'm like, this is not real. This can't be happening. There's no way the Ukraine is going to be opening up a tourist attraction in Chernobyl. This is not happening.
What have we done?
What is going on here? People are
The
licking
whole
things.
place glows at night.
I want to get away, and the only place I can go to is Chernobyl. It's like, what do I do? I don't know. Yeah, I got to tell you, though, the docuseries are doing great on TV. It seems like everything they throw up against the wall, the docuseries is doing fantastic. I mean, we love these things. I was just telling you how I got sucked into the assassination of Gianni Versace. I finally got to it. I know it's not brand new, but I was like, that was really cool. I'm glad I watched that.
Question, is docuseries meaning it's basically like a documentary, but it's scripted?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
That's just the label I put on. It's probably the wrong label, but...
It's like a documentary that has several episodes.
But
and
it's with actors, though.
They kind of like... No, not usually.
Because Chernobyl, isn't
yeah.
that with actors and stuff?
It is with actors.
So that might be a scripted thing.
That is scripted. I think docu
based on a real story. So I don't know. Do we have a word for that? Where we've done a series of shows that's based on a real
It's a
event.
scripted show
but it's
based
with
on
actors.
real events.
Yeah, and that's what's popular. The
Okay.
Versace one was that. When They See Us about the Central Park 5 on Netflix. That was one of those.
Gotcha.
Chernobyl is one of those.
But like the Fire Festival, that was a docu.
Well, yeah, that's what
and
that's
that
a documentary.
Right.
Kind of
Well,
thing.
I know there's docu-series out there, too, that are real documentaries that
Absolutely.
are series. So I'm just trying to make
A lot
sure I
of
understand.
crime stuff right now is hot in the docu-series.
Yeah, maybe there's a word out there that I'm not aware of what it is. You can let me know. But I'm just kind of curious, if you were sitting down to pitch a boardroom right now for the next big, and I'll use the word because I don't know another one, docu-series, what other historic or like disastrous moment do you think deserves its own series?
What about the, maybe there's been a movie about it. I don't know. I've never seen it. The Challenger exploding. You could really do.
Big time.
You could have the story of the teacher before she gets there, her getting selected. You could do a whole thing about
Krista
that.
McCullough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's probably some stuff afterwards that would be interesting to see. Not that you end the whole series with
I'm
the boom.
There has to
sure
be a
they've
movie,
done that.
right?
Yeah.
But, even ones that they've done before, they realize they're doing them now better.
You're right. You are right. They do
Yeah.
that with the music movies now, too. Back in the day when they did movies about bands, they were very corny. Now they're done very well.
Yeah. So, look at the ones that they've had. They've done Benghazi, and they've had the Black Hawk Downs. and all those
9/11.
kind of things. Yeah, absolutely. It's really endless. So I think Netflix and HBO and all those networks are like going, yeah. What is the one that you would want to see? You got one? Okay, if you had to pitch your own docuseries, what would it be? Chernobyl is doing really well. In fact, somebody's saying, you actually can be in Chernobyl. You can't really get too close to the nuclear explosion, about 300 meters. They've also built like a huge dome around the explosion. It's about 30 stories high. It covers the reactor, and the area around it has higher than normal radiation, but
Who are the poor clowns that had to build the dome?
Oh, I know, no doubt. Gosh, yeah, I'm one of the effects of them. Hopefully they're well taken care of.
That is just a death wish.
Yeah, maybe you got suits that they think will hold you back from the radiation. I don't know. But they say it's not dangerous unless you live there day in and day out. Okay, so you can go vacation there. and
Good luck trying to get your kids pumped about that one.
Well, that's the real joke is then you fly into the Ukraine, then they don't let you leave. You're like, now I got to live here? Oh, dang. That could be the problems. So what would you do? Somebody said, hey, we had our own 3 Mile Island in Pennsylvania that nearly melted down. Not as dangerous, but, that could happen.
Would you watch either a series about the whole fake missile going to Hawaii, or is there not enough content with that? People freaking out thinking they're going to die, but it was a fake missile. Remember that?
I would kind of watch that because I think the stories of the people were fascinating, and many of them came out, and talked about my dad had a heart attack, like this happened, that happened.
Could that be more of a movie than maybe a docuseries?
Yeah, it's probably one episode, like the Fire Festival was.
Mm-hmm. So what would be the thing that you would like to see? What would you pitch? Somebody said, I think the Elian Gonzalez story would actually be a hit now with all the immigration craziness. You remember that in South Florida, I think in 99, 2000?
Yeah.
When
I do.
he had come over here, and I think his mom drowned on the way.
Ugh.
And then there was a custody battle. He had family that was in Miami, and I remember the images where they had him
Ripping him away.
Yeah, he was in the closet with one of his relatives, and the immigration officials were in there.
Crazy pictures.
Because they had to send him back. Yeah, absolutely insane stuff. Somebody's saying O.J. Simpson, but they've actually done, ESPN's done one, Netflix has done one. They've done that recently, so I feel like we've seen a lot of O.J.
He's on Twitter again. He will not shut up, man.
Maybe we could do a docu-series on what O.J.'s done since the murders. That might be entertaining, because that boy, he really turned up his party when he got through that. I think he used to party kind of like on the down low, but now he just lets it go.
I think he's always like the ladies, He's always been a Casanova.
Oh, yeah, he has. Jason's on here from West Palm. What would you be pitching for your docu-series?
I would love to see something on the individual people that were on the Titanic. There were so many famous people and so many people of high status back then that were on that trip, and just seeing what led up to them going onto the ship and the disaster that happened.
Okay. Yeah. So there seems to be endless interest in the Titanic that a lot of people are looking into. So, yeah, it probably still has some steam.
And how far back into history do you want to go? Do you want to go to, 1500s, 1600s? Do you cap it off with a
My wife is really recently. The Mexican Queen has been watching all these like King Louis and Henry VIII and a lot of that stuff. She's really gotten into, and I got sucked into it one time. There was something, and I love history and that, and I was kind of watching it. I'm like, going, this really seems like a teenage love story, and that kind of looked because it was on a streaming service. It had originally aired on the CW, and it basically was 90210 set in a castle. So I was like, I don't know.
They try to trick you with history, but it's not.
And it really felt like I'm like, I don't remember that. That feels a little light on the history. It's heavy on the love, light on the history. So, and a lot of people saying, the assassination of Gianni Versace on Kevin's recommendation. I binge watched it in 3 days, loved it. So that's pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, it is good. If you haven't checked it yet, and it's been out a little while, but. And Ricky Martin's in it.
Yeah.
He does a good job.
He does a great job.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of Ricky Martin acting.
Yeah.
I thought he did great.
Yeah, in fact, I was just kind of looking the other day. They had the most Instagram spots in South Florida, and they have, what's it called? It's Casa Casuarina. Yeah, something like that. It's the Versace mansion. And now
I think you can rent it out.
Well, yeah, I think what they do a lot of parties there now. And
you can
it's
get married there.
Yeah, and it's a hotel.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I wonder if anybody stayed there, and did the rates go up after that series came out on Netflix, and how much is it? Like, could you, like this time of year, could you get a decent rate where with you and 6 of your friends, you could only like 5 of you have to sleep on the floor to afford it? What is the rate at that place?
And do you have to rent multiple rooms? Like, do they rent it like a hotel, or do they rent it like an Airbnb?
Because they show a good bit of it in that.
It looks stunning in the show. I mean, it looks like so ornate. Just the tile
pool he's swimming in.
The pool.
Crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, go check that out. Some good ideas.
What about a movie based on the Boston Tea Party? How they did it. You could do a whole movie just based on that one incident.
Yeah, I told you because I was looking for a show to watch over the 4th, and I got into that. Which was it? It was whatever it was, Adams. Anyway, I was watching that series a little bit that had been done on HBO, and that was really good. Had the guy that's in Billions, Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, HBO does great stuff.
Yeah, so that was really cool. Somebody said, I'd like to see one on Hurricane Andrew. There was a lot of things. I got an amazing story. One of my really good friends was in the middle of it, and he was talking about being huddled in a closet with his mom, and a 2x4 flew about 3 inches from his ear.
Oh, my
went
gosh.
in through the closet, out through the back.
Oh, my gosh.
Like that, yeah. Could you imagine that kind of stuff? And then what it did, letting the animals loose. That's why we got monkeys running around all over the place still.
Wow.
There's a famous story from the late 60s. I don't know if you guys want... Would this be good or is it bad? There's a story where a guy broke into this place where these nurses were studying to become nurses, and he breaks in, he kills 7 of them. One hides behind this bed and hears every murder go on, and she's the survivor, and she can tell the whole story, and that's what brought him down.
Oh, my gosh.
Would you want to... It's a real story, but then you're giving credit to the murderer, but it's fascinating just to hear how she survived.
I don't want to hear it. Ugh, that's too heavy for me.
This would be a little bit lighter, but it still could be fascinating. Yeah.
Sorry. Well, we're talking Chernobyl.
Mercury is in retrograde right now. I'm a shell of a woman. What are you doing?
I almost didn't bring it up.
He killed all the nurses except one.
It's a horrific story, but I think there's something to learn from the survivor.
What?
Well, her whole battle of surviving it. I don't know.
Hide? When the murderer breaks in, hide.
Yeah, but I mean, she had. I'll spare the details because clearly you're rattled.
Somebody said I'd like to see a docuseries on Britney Spears' 2007 meltdown. That could be fascinating, and not only that, the continuation, because I think some people suspect that she lives like a caged rabbit.
Something's not right.
Right.
If you, like me, watch the videos, you know that something ain't right.
I'd love if you could really get the truth and see that in a docuseries. The whole saga of Britney Spears would be fascinating.
I don't know if you'll get the truth.
No, probably not.
There is such a machine around her and behind her that whatever's going on right now, I don't think it's the truth.
Crazy stuff. Wouldn't you like to see, though, Virginia? I'd watch. I'd be in it. Make it. I'll watch it. No doubt. Well, gotta say we've received some very choice comments this week from people. It's been very interesting.
Very opinionated week this week.
Yes, I got several emails after yesterday's discussion with my wife on the show.
How did everything go? Because people keep asking me.
It was fine. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like we can have that type of interesting discussion, and then I talked to her right after that, and it was fine and jokey and normal. So.
Okay.
That's great because
just,
I really do. I have a lot of people that come up to me. So does Kevin get in trouble when he brings up stuff on the air? And is the Queen really mad at him? And what's going on with?
We do. All I just say is 2 words: ratings bonus. And she calms right down. Okay. That's amazing. That's just it's how you got to figure out how to work it. So that's all good. But we've taken some of the more interesting comments that we've received this week, and we put it in something we call the KVJ hate song.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
That sucks. That sucks. That stinks.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
So I got one question. Where are Kevin's balls? Listening to that spineless turd makes me want to punch him in his creepy-looking face. Grow a pair, you creepy face-ass hat.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Tell that loudmouth skank Virginia to shut her pie hole. I know everybody thinks Jason's the dumb one, but Virginia really is the dumb one. Stupid AF!
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Please stop having that hack Jason talk about anything. He's pure trash. He's a small-minded man with even a smaller penis. I bet his family is embarrassed by his public stupidity.
Oh,
You
jeez.
hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
I can't tell who's more dead weight, that unfunny, dirty hippie Dennys or that annoying douche Suits. Well, I have my answer. It's definitely Jaybird.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us.
How did that turn?
The KVJ show.
Someone got punched twice.
Yeah.
Punched a couple times in that one.
That was a tough round there. Very tough round.
Ow.
Okay, have you ever had somebody try to sell you something interesting in a weird place?
Yes. Usually it's at the racetrack gas station.
You're not. So I've had people approach me. Some guy tried to sell me shirts one time.
Or Walmart parking lot.
That happens a lot too. In the Publix where we live at, Kev, there's always somebody in a van trying to hawk some speakers.
You were talking about this a little earlier, Jaybird. You and Dennys were going through the Taco Bell drive-thru last night.
We went through a drive-through, yes, and someone
Don't order no Mexi Melt.
someone in the drive-through offered us if we wanted to buy some flashlights. Like boxes of flashlights. I got boxes of flashlights. You guys want some flashlights? We got so many of them. We got 3 boxes of them. $50.
Well, it is hurricane season. I mean, preparedness is the key.
I guess it was just weird when we were getting a taco.
It is weird.
Us flashlights.
But, so in the
Well, I mean, who knows? A lot of people eat their tacos in the dark. So maybe that's why they do that.
I don't know. Taco Bell, you might not want to see that meat. You're better off eating it in the dark.
It's funny too because Dennys is driving, and Dennys is the friendliest person ever. He pulls up, "Hey, how's it going? How's your day?" Really starting some conversations.
That's why.
So I feel like
Okay,
that
yeah.
alone.
Too chatty.
Yeah, very
too
chatty.
familiar.
Yes. And then
Open yourself up for this. Yeah.
Guys like, "Hey, you guys want 3 boxes of flashlights? Give it to you for $50." I'm like, what?
Chatty equals sucker.
You're making that connection, and that's what a salesperson looks for is human connection. So when they see it, they're like, aha.
Got him.
Step 1, accomplished.
And I don't know what it is. This area alone, there's so many people in parking lots and selling weird things like you were talking about.
So how many flashlights did you buy?
50.
A couple. 1 box.
Guys, like, I can't believe I actually pawned those off on these guys.
We did feel the pressure to buy.
Yeah, they were kind of holding our food
Yeah,
hostage.
he's the guy preparing your food.
Well, that's why I'm always nice to him.
You don't want to make that guy mad.
Always be nice to the people preparing your food. Always be nice to the surgeon. Always be nice to the sound person. They
Yes.
can ruin your life.
You're right. A
They
sound
will.
guy can fry your game.
Yes.
What is the weirdest thing that somebody has tried to sell you and where? Now, the standards are roses at intersections. You'll get the solicitation for just a random bag of fruit, and that could happen anywhere in South Florida.
I'm sticking with the one. I know I've told this story a lot, but we were doing a stunt live on the air, and a car came up to me off 45th Street by that. Is it a Food World or a Winn-Dixie? It's by McDonald's.
Yeah.
We were live on the air. These two guys said, hey, man, do you want to buy some crack? And they were serious. And that was probably the weirdest thing.
So I don't, but my friend over there might.
Yeah, I think drugs will happen in random places too. You'll get up with a drug solicitation. In the chat room for KVJ TV, Chris said, yeah, some guy tried to sell me a bag of mulch at the gas station on Tamarind in Palm Beach Lakes at 5 a.m.
How much?
That's such a thing.
I actually need mulch.
That's a good find.
That's such a thing. I've seen that before. People trying to sell yard stuff.
Yeah.
You ever seen that guy at the corner who's got like a brown van? The doors are open on it, and he's selling all these rugs.
Yes.
We talk about it all the time.
Just so happened to be driving by that guy when I needed a damn rug.
45th and military.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking
So
about.
I was like, this is kind of fortuitous. The guy with the rugs is there. I need a rug. These look like they're a deal.
Yeah.
I get out to go see the rugs. They're all wet.
Yeah, the operation, I don't know.
Dude, you don't bring these things in when it rains?
He, about 3 years ago, he had the sweetest elephant rug that I wanted so bad. It was humongous. And the elephant was real like. It was,
Don't buy them. They wet.
I didn't get it. I'm glad.
There are random stuff out there you get hit up with. I've had the one where a guy tried to sell me polo shirts at the racetrack gas station on 45th. He came up and he had about 20 of them, and he was just like, hey.
I'm sure they're not hot.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you want some shirts? I'm like, it's crazy. They bring the products to you at that racetrack gas station.
Oh, yeah.
There was something else weird that someone tried to sell us before too at the Publix parking lot. It was a combo. It was like shirts and something else.
A lot of was it stereo equipment? Because a lot of people will hit you up with stereo equipment.
That's happened before too. That used to happen to me up in Palm Beach Gardens. And
So many speakers.
they have to be hot, right?
Oh, big time.
They're definitely hot.
Yeah, there's people trying to move stuff they just yank.
And doesn't every car come with speakers? Like, why do you need new speakers? Maybe I'm dumb.
Virginia, yeah, you don't get the third game.
And I don't know the answer because I'm dumb too.
Somebody texted in and said, yeah, I got hit up for a fish tank for $5 at the Garden Skateboard Park 2 days ago.
You gotta take that deal.
$5 tank?
Yeah.
$5 fish tank's not bad.
Bargain.
I've had people try to sell me fish. Have you ever had that? Fish or bags of shrimp?
Like dead fish or live
Like
fish?
they went fishing and they're selling it at the gas station.
I mean, we did that one experiment where I was out selling steaks to people and they flew off. I mean, people are buying them left. I was selling them for $1. People were buying them left and right.
We bought them to see if you went on the street to the bus stop and sold steaks, if people would buy them. And they did.
I was dressed in full-on pajamas and I was deliberately talking to myself, and they're buying them off of me.
Might need to go back out, see what people are buying for how much.
I agree.
Let's really make it worse. I mean, steaks were too good. You sold out in like a matter of seconds.
It was the quickest bit we ever did.
Somebody texted in and said somebody tried to shell me shrimp on 441 north of Hypoluxo.
That's what I'm saying. People sell shrimp.
A lot of seafood.
It's so far from the water, though.
I know.
I'm only going to buy my shrimp, like, I don't know, east of 95.
You gotta be on the coast, baby. Let's
You
go.
gotta be by the coast.
Somebody said I was walking in a Winn-Dixie parking lot in Jacksonville with my young son, and this guy tries to sell me a pair of boys' pants.
Did he buy them?
Come on, man. He didn't say.
That liquor store by where we're at, there was a father-son combination. You remember that. The kid was selling candy bars. I bought a candy bar off of the kid, and then either his dad or his guardian goes, "Hey, man, you like to party?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You want some cocaine?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I gotta go."
No,
Not that kind of party.
I'm telling you, 45th Street, it's got a lot of that going on.
Do you like to party?
My dumbass, yeah, I love partying.
I party all the time.
That kind of party.
Raise the roof.
Somebody texted in and said a dude approached me on my porch trying to sell me a 12-pack and Tide detergent. It's random.
Yeah.
Oh, that is random.
The
But,
combo.
I mean, think about it. If you need either one of those two things, you're like, wow, this is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody said I actually bought a Chanel purse out of a trunk in Palm Beach. I know it was stolen. Best purchase I've ever made. Well, there you go.
People are selling stuff on Palm Beach out of trunks.
Yeah.
I've never seen that, but I would totally buy the stuff too. I mean, I didn't steal it.
I mean, if the item was good enough and cheap enough, I'm buying.
Thank you. A Chanel purse. You know what those go for, Kevin? Thousands.
Really?
Yes.
What did they buy? Did they say how much they bought it for?
No, they didn't say the deal, but they said it was the best one they've ever made in their life.
Give us the details.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go. All right, time for producer Denny's Joke Jury. We're on the jury here, myself, Virginia, and Jaybird. His job is to try to get us to crack up. He's got 5 jokes to try to do it in. What do we got with joke number 1 here, Dennys?
All right, guys. What do you call an unidentified person in a bakery?
Unidentified person in a bakery. I don't know. What do you call them?
A John Doe.
I told, he said they were going to be bangers, and he's 1 for 1.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right. That's strong. Okay.
Second joke. Why did they kick the director out of the coffee shop?
I don't know why.
Because he was making a scene.
Oh, smart comedy.
Making a scene. Wow.
Yeah, someone's refreshed.
2 in a row. That means we're due for a stink bomb.
Yeah, you're right.
You're working on a good one, though.
I was against me.
You're working on a
Good round so far.
Good round.
Flawless. Okay, joke 3.
What do you call a device that tidies up your uterus?
Never mind. I love it.
Yeah, great setup.
Tidies it up. Because they can get really messy, those uteruses. What is it?
A Woomba.
All right.
Yeah, keep getting
All right.
better.
Gosh.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, 2 more left here. Strong
Hurt him, Denny.
round
Perfect
right
game,
now.
dog.
Hurt him.
All right, joke 4.
What happens if coffee misbehaves?
I don't know. What happens?
It gets grounded.
Look at this guy.
Again.
Look
Oh!
at this guy.
Best round ever.
Pretty good, Dennys.
So far, you are killing it.
Man, oh man. This is
Don't blow it.
some big stuff here.
It all comes down to this one.
The big finish.
You can do it.
Joke 5.
All right. What happened when the ambidextrous guy discovered his body?
What happened when the ambidextrous guy discovered his body? I don't know.
I like the visual.
What happened?
He was jerking off left and right.
Can you say that?
I don't know.
Can you say that?
You gotta dump it? Yeah, just dump it.
Kevin gave a late delay.
I don't even know. I don't know.
I mean, geez, dude, you know it's summertime and the kids aren't in.
We all look at each
there's
other.
no kids.
I don't know. Can you say? I don't know.
I would have let it fly.
There are still kids. There's no kid. There's still kids out there listening.
I don't know.
no kids.
Left and right. You get it? Left and right. There was some more funny responses we got on the weirdest place that somebody tried to sell you something. Somebody wanted to let you know that they just bought a new vacuum cleaner at our racetrack here on 45th Street. Best Mother's Day gift ever.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah, if you hang out at that racetrack for, I don't know, 20 minutes, you're going to end up buying something from the parking lot.
You can buy anything that was just stolen from the Home Depot.
Or Walmart.
Yeah, or Walmart. There's a lot of places to steal things from and then pawn it off at a
I
at the
didn't
gas
steal
station.
it. I'm just a bargain hunter.
There is so much stuff going on this road right here where we work at. Some of this has to be stolen, I think.
Some of it. Try all of it.
Somebody said I was laying on the beach in Barcelona, and there's a bunch of Middle Eastern guys that always walk around with coolers, and they go, Cola, Fanta, Agua, Cerveza, beer. And then they lean in and they get close and they say, hash, coke, weed.
Really?
I mean, basically, he's a convenience store that comes to you.
So he's yelling, Cola, Fanta, hash, coke, weed.
Wow. Is that the best technique? I don't know if it is.
He's a man out there just trying to market.
I get it. Yeah, you got your front. You got your cola front,
Yeah.
and then you got the Coke in the back.
It is he has a soda front going.
Yeah. Somebody else texted and said, yeah, somebody tried to sell me a gun.
Oh, boy.
Pulls out the gun, and he's like, oh, no. He takes out the magazine, and he's like, look, I took it out so you can see I'm not trying to rob you, and definitely no murders.
No, minimum
Definitely
murder.
no
minimum
murder.
murders.
If your sales pitch includes I'm not going to rob you or kill you, then you may not want to buy that gun. Just a thought. We've got an onslaught of stuff from... You know, I don't even know if it's necessarily always Craigslist anymore because there's so many, like, offshoots that people are sending us stuff from now.
You're right.
Yeah, so, somebody said you guys should start a Misconnections Facebook page. Yeah, so it might be. I just I'm kind of stuck in the rut with the Craigslist, but yeah, so...
There's other publications.
Yeah.
I think there's a swinger one was telling me about where swingers go on and they kind of connect with one another, almost like a swingers message board, Virginia.
I like the idea of us hosting one of these message boards for the creepies.
I don't know if I want to get that close to it, Virginia.
Don't get too close to the
Yeah,
sun.
I don't.
Just
yeah.
wear gloves.
No, I'm good.
No, you don't. No, you need to stay away.
I'm good.
You
So,
want to play that game, Virginia?
Oh, I've danced with the devil. You don't have to tell me.
wherever these have come from, we are very thankful. Our first misconnection here today. Oh, you know what? It's got an FAU theme. We got a big FAU theme going on this week, too, with our new partnership. It says, my FAU G-string hottie from 2004.
Okay.
2004?
All right.
A lot of changes could have happened to that derriere since 2004.
Oh,
I might
you
have
know
been.
it.
Was I there in 2004?
Maybe this is for you then.
I was in there in 2002.
And your
Okay.
butt looks real different.
Oh, yeah. I have a terrible ass.
Just a side note to today's show.
In case you were wondering.
Right. This is a male seeking a male here. It says, we went to FAU together back in 2004. Your name escapes me, but your G-string has not.
Okay.
You'd flash it to me during class, and then you'd give me a little wink.
It was definitely Jay Bird.
I remember, too, you'd always pick your wedgies. You once did something to me with a number 2 pencil. Tell me what it was so that I know it's you.
Whoa.
And do you remember that baby? Well, just to let you know, I got that tattooed on a very special spot. You ready to go back to school?
So many questions.
Yeah, details.
They don't give us enough answers in that. It just kind of sets a tone for what do you do with the number 2 pencil?
I think we all know.
What's the baby? Where'd you get it tattooed? What is
Clearly.
the special spot?
And it's definitely a Dixon Ticonderosa. Can I get an amen on that?
What?
That's the name of a pencil.
Ticonderosa?
Dixon. We've gone through this before. Dixon Ticonderosa.
Dixon? Is it Dixon Ticonderosa?
Dixon Hey, can I borrow your number 2? Dixon Ticonderosa.
Okay.
Please, somebody back me up.
Somebody
on
asked
this.
for someone else's Dixon Ticonderosa today.
Obviously, somebody's been studying up on that pencil sharpening museum you've been talking about.
That's why I think it's Jaybird, yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
This is a call out to Jaybird.
You know
G-string.
pencil brands?
Don't make it weird. You guys went through the same thing the last time I brought this up.
This is an interesting little one here. This is somebody that had an interesting encounter, and sounds like they played the same kind of game that Dennys was talking about with the ambidextrous in his joke jury earlier.
Yes.
It's a male seeking a female. It says, "Yous was walking by my car. You caught me staring at you. You seemed a little creeped out at first, and then you realized I was smoking hot.
But the voice.
Then you walked past me while I was sitting in my red Toyota Camry, vaping. I was in the CVS parking lot on Griffin Road. You stared right at me, and you sexually assaulted me with your eyes. I think you know what I did next. I hope you did the same. If you did and you want to do it together this time, hit me up. I'll be checking back on this message board every hour."
Now, was that an Italian guy? Was that the choice you made as an actor?
That was just what I felt
You sound Italian.
of a guy who sits in his red Toyota Camry and does those kind of things to himself.
Who has a red Toyota Camry? You don't see very many of those because it just doesn't fit. Red and Camry?
Why you got a Camry, Shane?
I don't like it.
I don't know.
Camrys should be
I see a ton
neutral
of them on
colors.
Griffin Road.
Really?
Yeah.
Red Camrys?
You're not spending enough time on Griffin Road, Virginia.
I
Sounds
don't
like you
it.
shouldn't, because that sounds pretty weird.
Yeah, you find a guy vaping and yeah.
They don't
Vaping and tugging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't have Camrys. in
Thank God I have
DeCosta.
2 hands. You know, I mean, come on. Right? Forget about it. This is a male seeking a male and a female. Okay, and apparently something went down at the La Quinta Inn.
A lot of stuff goes down at the La Quinta.
La Quinta.
And none of it is good.
It says, yeah, I was staying at the Fort Lauderdale La Quinta Inn. We had rooms right next to each other. I heard your seductive moans throughout the night and finally got the nerve to go knock on your door. My curiosity got the best of me, I suppose. Well, long story short, we ended up doing lines of coke and then we ended up doing each other
Wait, there was somebody over there just moaning by themselves?
at the La Quinta, and apparently he heard it through the walls, and he went over to, hey, well, just so you know, one of y'all gave me the herp.
What?
If you're around, please hit me up. We got a lot to talk about.
Well, I can't do nothing about it now.
Is that real?
Herpes, yes, it's very real.
It's like
Herpes
Louis.
is very real.
It's like Louis Vuitton luggage. You keep it for life.
I'm talking about this scenario. Is this real?
Also, if anyone else with herpes wants to try any intimate company, just send me a personal message. Please, no overly chubby people respond.
That is one thing I do see a lot in the misconnections, where if someone does have a disease, they list it and they try to line up with other people who have it.
No judgment.
No, they're upfront about it.
Right.
You have herpes, though. Let's not limit yourself. Why do we have to put any like specs and regs on it? Overly chubby people?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got a lot of nerve.
Yeah. This is another misconnection somebody sent to us here. It's for a drunk woman that was in a lift on Friday night.
Virginia?
Let me see. Let me check the calendar.
Does the dates line up?
It says here,
you were probably in your mid-30s, a bit chubby, but really cute. You were pretty drunk, like drunk. I picked you up from a house where you've been swimming. Your name was Mary. It might have just been since you were drunk, but you flirted with me a lot. You told me that I reminded you of a hot Bigfoot, and I'll take that as a compliment. It was a little after 1, and you were in a wet blue dress, still with drink in hand. You nearly yacked, but you held it together. I was impressed. Until you fell out of the car. HMU, because sexy Bigfoot likes his women drunk and wet.
I mean, this is going to sound like I submitted this. Bigfoot, Kevin?
Do you look like Bigfoot?
No, but there's Bigfoot tones. Virginia's already got me wearing a G-string at FAU.
Do you like your women drunk and wet?
He does.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Check all the boxes.
All right.
Drunk and wet sounds awful. Then
Yes.
again, drunk and dry does too.
I think you'd rather be drunk and wet, right?
Well, I don't know how much I can say.
We do know his ass is terrible, though.
Yes.
Terrible. Worst.
That's how we do.
Horrific, Kevin.
That's the only thing we've established. We don't know about the other parts, but we do know his ass is terrible. Coming up here in just a couple minutes, we're talking about just weird things that you bought in weird locations. And you might say, you know what? I'm not going to buy anything on the street anymore. Well, you go online, it's still creepy there too. We can't get away from the creepy people. Somebody sent me this interesting exchange. They were simply trying to sell an iPhone. You can't even do that without bringing the creeps out of the woodworks. You got to hear about this next. Oh, this is crazy. Got a text. Somebody said, OMG, I think the red Toyota girl is me. I really hope not, because he was kind of cute, and now I'm terrified that he did that in his car.
See, Virginia? Red Camry?
Red Toyota Camry, yep.
I just don't see very many of those.
So many people are saying red Camry in the chat room and on other forums. Yeah, the Camrys are
Well,
alive.
of course, a DeQuesta.
I don't like
People there are not driving red Camrys, Jaybird. I mean, come on. you know.
Camrys should only be earth tones. Mic drop.
I mean, Kevin, Camry and DeQuesta. No,
I mean, it's a Mercedes, it's BMW.
I don't like red Mercedes either, so
people wouldn't be caught dead in DeQuesta with a Camry.
A camera?
A camera?
Well, come on, pause. Well, we were talking about interesting, weird things that you get sold on the street. It sounds creepy and odd, but even trying to do stuff online, it's just insane what you get. We got this big. I thought you guys might find this interesting. Here's the text thread that I had trying to just sell an iPhone. Like,
one of those things like OfferUp or something?
Yeah, I don't even know all the sales, because I don't go, like, I wouldn't want to, this is why I don't sell anything online. I wouldn't want to deal with these people.
So me and Dennys picked up something from one of those OfferUp sections one time, and it was so weird, the person that sold it to it. It was uncomfortable. I don't know if I like OfferUp.
Okay.
It wasn't the fun kind of weird.
Yeah, so listen to this. I'll play the role of the creepy buyer. I'll have Virginia be the female seller here in this, and you can hear just exactly where this went. And this might be an experience you get if you ever try to sell anything online.
Bird, you can just sit there and listen to acting greatness.
I shall.
We don't need you for this.
I'm going to go to the vending machine.
Are you still selling the iPhone?
Yes, I am.
When can I come and get it?
Well, I should be free to meet up sometime tomorrow. Oh, what town are you in?
Lake Worth. There's a Dunkin' Donuts on Congress, or I can just come to your house.
Let's do the Dunkin' Donuts. I don't give out my address.
LOL. Is it because You're a woman, LOL.
No, just not too big on strangers coming to my home. So, what time do you want to meet at Dunkin' Donuts?
TBH, it's so silly the way you women are about men. There's no reason to be scared of men and avoid giving out your address. You can trust me. I'm a nice guy.
It's not personal. I just don't want, a man or woman coming to my address. So, what time would be good for us to meet?
Just ridiculous the way things have become. The whole feminist movement has really made men the, quote, bad guys, when in reality it's the women that fear nothing. Actually, you're safe. Women don't experience the harassment they claim. It's all BS to make me look bad. I'm just taking the opportunity to educate women about the reality of the world. The fear's in their heads. I'm a nice guy. Nothing to fear.
What the hell are you going on about? I'm just trying to sell this phone. Do you want it or not?
Do you have a boyfriend by chance? That proves that all men are not bad.
And cut. We clearly have a great actor. We clearly have one that brought down the scene. Let's go over our notes. Kevin, great job.
Thank you.
Virginia, we have some work to do. You changed some of the lines. I mean...
Oh, a cheeseburger. Get out of here. I made it better.
Gosh, you just want to try to sell a phone. The guy's trying to shake you down for your address. When you don't give him the address, you're like, no, I'm a really nice guy. And then he goes off on this tangent about some feminist movement.
And this is like really how some people think.
Totally. No, this is a real thing. Especially when you're talking about online and people meeting. People are so aggressive online.
You call an Uber and then the Uber driver comes back and kills you. Like, why would you give some random dude your address and just make yourself a victim?
See, the thing I don't know, I'm not really familiar with this, but I'm just kind of curious. What do you do? Like, for instance, like even Tinder date stuff. Like, what are the tactics that ladies that you use out there anytime you're meeting up with somebody online? Because everyone scares me now. I'm afraid of everyone. I agree with your mom, Jaybird. Goraphobia is looking great.
So I know a lot of people, what they do is they'll start FaceTiming with people and actually having conversations so they can see the person.
Yeah,
they also, they'll meet in a public area and sometimes they'll bring a girlfriend along with them too.
Yeah, that's a good, bring a girlfriend and a public area.
The one thing I would recommend not doing, don't text without really, I mean, if you are afraid that someone's going to be all creepy, hear their voice, try to look at their face. Everyone's got some kind of apparatus now where you can look at their face now.
And if they can't FaceTime you,
there's something up.
There's something wrong with them because everybody could FaceTime.
But even if you go through all those steps, even if you go on 2 dates with somebody, they could turn into a raging psycho date 3 on your ass.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I'm just kind of curious. So what are your protection tactics? What do you do, whether it be a Tinder date or whether you're trying to sell an iPhone to some creep that wants to meet you at Dunkin' Donuts in Lake Worth? Let us know. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. You can hit us up here at the KVJ Show.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
We were reading kind of a creepy little script that somebody had sent us. It was a text thread from some creepy dude they're trying to sell an iPhone to, and there's no shortage of that. Somebody else sent us their script from OfferUp. And they're just on there, and the script is they're just trying to sell some item for, like, they say $100, and they say that's 20 off the new price. And the person responds, well, I better get a kiss with that while I'm at it.
I'll tell you, that OfferUp, there's some great deals, Virginia, but there's also some creepy stuff going on there.
Kissing a creep is not a good deal.
Well, and then she responds, and he goes, cutie, how old are you? And she said, no need to be inappropriate. And he's like, just flirting, not being inappropriate. Can't say you're cute. And it gets all defensive about it.
Ugh, this guy, all these guys, I think they're doing this on purpose. They're probably not even looking to buy the item. The guy probably didn't want a phone. He just wanted a fight.
And I tell you what, it's probably worked in the past with somebody. And they've hooked up with somebody.
Well, this person says here, maybe it has. She said, look, do you want the Fitbit or not? I can do like $100. And then they respond, I'll take it for $75. $75's worth it, and I get to meet you too, so it's definitely worth it. And she's like, no, thank you.
What else you gonna offer up?
Yeah.
See, he doesn't really care about the Fitbit. He's baiting her.
Of course he doesn't care about the Fitbit.
And he wants to just terrorize her. Ugh.
Yeah.
We should call him and try to meet him.
So what do you do if you're just trying to like sell some stuff on OfferUp or whatever, and you got these kind of like creepos that are out there. Melissa is on here from Lake Worth. Melissa, what would be your protection tactic? What do you do?
Well, thank you. I love you guys. And let's see, I've been dating a while. Actually, if I get to the point where I want them to come to my house, I have to know them a little bit, or a couple dates. When they come to my house, I come outside and I tell them I'm going to take a picture of their license tag, and then I send it to my 2 best friends. And then I also send all their contact information. They've been texting me or how they've been contacting me. I take a picture of them, so I have a picture.
Wow.
And then I tell my neighbor. And then if they still want to stay, that's awesome.
So are you? So you tell them you want to take a photo of them. You're not sneaking a photo. You're like saying, "Stand there. I want to take your picture real quick. I gotta send it to some friends and make sure you're not a serial killer."
Yes.
Good. Yeah. Please
If
stand by the
they're comfortable
trunk.
with themselves, yes.
Okay. All right.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, if he was thinking about murder, you've certainly dissuaded him.
Yes. Right.
There's so much of a trail.
Have you ever had a guy try to cover up his face and take off running? Does that ever happen?
No, I mean, sometimes they look at me like, okay, and this, but if they're a decent guy, they're okay with it. And I'm older, so, I'm not,
Right.
I don't care asking.
Yeah,
I
you
hear
know
ya.
what? You're right. I mean, better to settle it and handle it right then and there, and they can be like, "Oh, this makes me uncomfortable." Be like, "Fine, let's not even do this."
Tiptoeing
Save me time.
around
Yeah.
their feelings. That's a young girl's game. When we get old, we don't care about your feelings.
That's a lovely thought.
Well, it's meant for you.
So nurturing, this one over here.
Donna's on here from Deerfield Beach. What is your protection tactic when meeting some strangers in public, Donna?
Hey, I love you guys too. Thank you very much. My tactic is I don't even go through all that. I just have them meet me at the local pub. And, there's food, there's regular food or whatever, but I just have them meet me there. If they persist on going to my home, then they're not what I'm looking for in the first place, and then the first date doesn't happen.
You're right. I mean, if you meet at a public place, then you can still do all this stuff with the picture. Go, hey, real quick, I just want to take a picture just in case you're a murderer. Make a joke about it.
Ha ha ha, murder.
I'm taking your picture. I'm sending it to my girlfriends. But yeah, meet in a public place. Meet at a Duffy's.
Yeah. Somebody else texted in and said, "Yeah, my best friend and I, we have location detectors on our phone for each other, so we always know where we are, and we will tell each other if we change venues. We make sure we send a text saying, "Hey, I'm leaving where I was. I'm going someplace else, just so you know." So in a sense, you've got almost like a date buddy that is hanging out watching their phone to make sure that, okay, you're going from point A to point B to point C correctly.
Okay.
And let the guy know you doing that too. If you're meeting up with some guy for the first time, just as you're updating your friend on where you are, make sure you tell him, "Oh yeah, I'm just keeping my girlfriend. We share location, so she can always make sure I'm safe. And I'm just letting her know that you're taking me to, Duffy's now."
If I go on a date, will you be my date buddy?
Sure.
I was talking to Kevin.
Oh.
Yes, I will. Want to make sure you're safe. You never know. You might accidentally date that stalker.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm dying to be your wingman, but you don't like it.
I would like you to be my wingman. Here's the thing. You're a horrific wingman. You're I want you to be good at it. You are just...
I'm sorry.
Somehow you're working to insult me as you're trying to get me...
They
No.
start laughing, and then it's funny. All I need is one person laughing.
Kevin is the greatest wingman ever.
Thank you.
He is great.
Thank you.
/ boring. He doesn't insult you.
Those who can't do, teach.
I can never hook myself up. I'm great at hooking others up, but that's how I operate. And if you're selling stuff, these are some good little pieces of advice. Somebody said, "I'm a 38-year-old guy, and I always meet in a Walmart parking lot. When I'm selling online, they've got cameras that watch outside." Because you never know. On the flip side, think about this too. Somebody makes a claim that you did something that was off.
Sure.
And next thing you know, the police are at your door saying, "Somebody said you did this." And you're like, "I did not." And we can go to the Walmart and get their video footage, and you can see the exchange and how it went down.
Or when you say you're selling something and they show up to rob you.
True. Yeah.
It could be the seller could be bad, but so could the buyer. Mm-hmm. Got to protect yourself on both sides.
As they say in the biz, buyer beware.
Doesn't really apply.
Well... Okay.
Also, somebody said Boynton Beach police will let you buy and sell in their parking lot. in their lobby last I checked.
There you go. Now
Right.
that is legit.
Right. Meet me at the police station. We'll do our exchange there. And that's great. The police will allow that to happen.
Denny's would be like, I'm not going.
I wouldn't go to that. Like, we're going to the this is definitely a setup.
Yes. I cannot meet you at the police station to sell you weed.
Oh, there's no way I'm meeting you at the police department. I'm sorry.
Not going to work for everybody.
Hell no.
Yeah, hell no.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Oh, yeah. Got people getting pretty froggy here. I know, Jay Bird, you used to gripe about the DMV, but you had a pretty good experience last time out, you said.
I've had, honestly, the last couple experiences have been great.
Apparently, the DMV in Missouri is not as good as the one in Florida because a woman there was very upset with the long line that she was waiting in. So she had a solution. She pulls out her gun and fires 2 shots.
Oh, damn, girl.
Yeah, that's going to get you through the line faster.
There's certain ones that are better than others. I know that I went up to the Palm City one. Is that Stewart? Is that Port St. Lucie?
You went to the Martin County one,
Martin County?
yes, in Palm City,
Which one did I go
or
to?
Hobe Sound.
Hobe, yes. Sorry, Kevin.
It's on US 1. It's in a strip mall. And literally, Kevin, it is in and out in like less than 5 minutes. I could not believe it.
I wouldn't go that far, but it was pretty quick.
They took my picture so quick, I wasn't ready.
Really? So
Yeah.
you look weird?
I do. I'm making a weird face.
And there's a Big Apple pizza right next door, so if you want to get a little pizza, a little fat and sassy.
Okay, will they let you eat pizza in your license photo?
They're so cool, I think they might.
You should have asked.
I know, I blew it.
That would work for you, yeah. Fortunately, this woman didn't hit anybody. She was arrested, though, of course. So guess what? She didn't get through the line at the DMV. Way to solve your problem.
What a dummy.
There's a city employee in Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. It's near Tampa. He got so angry after getting fired that he attacked 2 fellow employees and drove a truck towards 4 women while planning to hit the city hall.
Oh, my gosh.
He took off and didn't hit City Hall, but got pulled over by the cops who arrested him on several charges. But, man, you talk about not taking a firing well. Gosh.
That's scary because you never know. Like, if you're in a workplace environment and they fire somebody, like, you never know how they're going to handle it. We saw a guy one time, like, flipping over desks on his way out, and I was like, wow, that's impressive.
I would flip a desk.
But what if, like, somebody, like, gets mad and they come back and shoot the place up, and you're just an employee? You had nothing to do with the firing.
Flip the desk, get the vending machine, just purge it.
That's why a lot of times they will not give you a heads up, and they'll bring a security person over to your desk with a box. Be like, put what you need in this, we're walking out.
Dang.
That's why, because of guys like this.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you guys see the viral video yesterday from the guy in the bagel shop in New York?
Yes.
He's this dude, he starts ranting about how women on dating sites won't go out with him.
Was he saying because he's short?
He's short and he's
complaining.
He just seems like a guy who is unhinged, who has not had a girlfriend. No one talks to him, and life has he's finally broke.
Yeah, guys are in line. He's just going up to guys and just trying to get a bagel, and he's just like in their face barking at him.
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead? That's okay?
Who said that to you here? Nobody.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making that up? Everywhere I go, I get the same smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss. Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? I'm not scared of you, pal. I know. You shut up, too. Just like go ahead and attack me, Jake.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Daniels. I recorded the whole thing.
And finally, he mouthed off to the wrong guy too much, and he took him down.
He took him down real quick. The guy doubled his size, it looked like. It was a quick takedown.
Well, somebody needs to take that little Mighty Mouse down. He was going off too much and yelling at people. Those people had nothing to do with his drama on social media.
Did you guys ever see the trumpet guy? Kind of the same thing. He just looked like he was some guys practicing the trumpet in New York, and he wasn't hitting the notes right, and this guy just comes up, you're terrible, you're flat, and he starts going into all this stuff about, you can tell he's projecting his life onto that one guy, and it's real sad, but it reminded me a lot like that. I'll show you the video. It's going to really weird you out.
Okay, great.
You've
Looking
showed it to
forward
me
it.
already.
Have I?
Yes.
You made me turn it off.
You love this video too much.
I think you're right. Kev, did I ever force you to watch Trumpet Guy?
No, thankfully.
He's in an alley.
Yeah, man.
You showed it to me.
I think every human needs to see that.
It's very sad.
It is sad because you want to not like the guy, but then you realize, oh, he's yelling at himself.
But the little guy is so filled with anger. He's doing it all wrong.
But just like that guy.
I try to stay away from sad, just kind of personal policy.
I was raised on.
Those people just wanted to get bagels. They didn't come there for that.
Mm-mm. Cops showed up. No charges were filed on the dude, which would then, I guess, insult to injury.
Really? None?
None, yeah. That's what it says in the
They
story.
were just like, oh, you're so sad. Just go home.
Yeah. If you want to put out a hit, this is probably not the way to do it. There's an inmate in the Pasco County, Florida jail that sent a postcard to another inmate in a different part of the jail asking him to kill a third inmate. A postcard that was not in an envelope, not covered, and easily read.
By everyone.
Yes. So just add to his charges. A 52-year-old female swinger was getting into the motion this past weekend in England. It was a swinger festival going on, and apparently it was just too much for old girl. She couldn't handle it. She had a heart attack by, quote, overdoing it, they say.
What?
I don't know what overdoing it means at a swinger festival.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
You know.
Yeah. Fortunately, she's going to be okay, but she's learned her lesson. At 52, no more swinger festivals for you. You just can't handle yourself.
Is she in the injured reserve right now?
Yeah, she's on the swinger IR list. It's going to take a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you go to that thing just to watch in the distance?
No, because somebody would see me. Now, if I could be a literal fly on the wall, I would totally do it. I just don't want anybody to see me.
Well, dress out a costume. Yeah.
Can flies wear ponchos?
Mexican ones can. Otherwise, it's cultural appropriation.
Okay. There's a woman in England that was fatally impaled through both the eye and the brain after falling under a drink's metal straw. Have I not told you that maybe metal straws are not the issue to the plastic?
Did she die?
Yes, she did.
She's dead?
Fatally impaired. Why don't you listen?
Because I'm still on the other story. Kevin's freaking my mind.
Can't keep up, Virginia. I go too fast for him.
Was she drinking and she fell?
She was carrying a glass in her kitchen when she collapsed. And how she fell went kaboom, right down, straw, boom, right through
so
the eye.
maybe she fainted, and
Maybe,
then
yeah.
that caused her death. Oh,
But that was her death.
I mean, that-
traumatic brain injury from the metal straw.
That's like a death you would see in a bad horror movie. You know, they fall out of straw.
What is that one where it's like when your time's up, that movie theme?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It has whatever
Final
you call it.
Destination.
Final Destination, yeah. It's like when your number's up, it's like, oh man, she avoided the metal straw death. All right, we got to find something else.
Wow.
Rabid squirrel. Oh, okay.
It's going to stick with me, Kev.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, it should. Think twice about metal straws. There's a woman in Atlanta that had a daughter who was having a birthday. And she loves Moana. You know Moana, don't you love that one, Virginia?
We love Moana in my house.
Oh, it's so nice. Well, apparently the person who was working the counter that makes the cakes didn't hear Moana. They heard marijuana.
I think they thought that she said marijuana because we're from South Georgia. We kind of have an accent, so Moana, marijuana. I guess when they said that I love cartoons, they were like, well, let's just throw a little pony on there. So they put the little pony on there, and it had red eyes smoking a joint with a tramp stamp of a hot leaf on its bottom. I was very shocked. I was like, it was hilarious to me. I was very impressed by the artistic capabilities of them to be able to do the design that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she's not mad. So she's not going after them.
Yeah,
it's just a fun story.
She went with it. Yeah, her
I love
Moana became marijuana. So just be careful if you ever order a Moana cake to pronounce carefully.
Don't you love people that can roll with the punches a bit?
It's nice. Not a lot of people do that these days. There's a mom in Illinois got arrested this week after she had her two daughters riding on top of her car inside an inflatable pool. Child endangerment.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. I'm like, oh, girl, what are you thinking?
Back in the 70s, we called that good parenting.
The inflatable cushions their fall.
Oh, yeah. Can't tell you how many dangerous situations I was in. That new alligator movie called Crawl is going to be hitting theaters tonight. It's about a young woman and her father who get trapped in their Florida lake house with a Cat 5 hurricane coming by. And the exterior footage for the movie was shot in the Tampa Bay area near a small body of water called Lake Maggiore. And in a tragic coincidence, Lake Maggiore is where the severely decomposed body of that 16-year-old Jarvis Delfoy was found on July 4th, surrounded by alligators. That's the exact same one. You'll see that in the movie if you go check that out.
Oh, so it really is alligator creepy.
Yeah, it is. So it's got gators and it's some nasty stuff. A couple other gator stories for you. There's a 75-year-old Palm Harbor, Florida guy who fought off a gator after it dashed out of a pond and attacked his daughter's dog.
Oh, man, that's such a fear.
Yeah. You got to watch walking your dogs near some of those canals.
Everywhere by where we live, there's gator signs everywhere, Virginia, and there are gators kind of just taking a little sun bath.
Be careful with that sweet chewy.
Oh, I know.
The guy kicked the alligator in the snout twice, which caused it to let go of the dog, and then trappers came out and got it. It was an 8-footer.
Is that what they say? Go for the snout when it comes to gators?
I can go for whatever you can, but snout worked, yeah. So, I mean, it's not like you can kick a gator in the balls.
If you're walking your dog, you probably should carry a weapon anyway. As much weird stuff as could happen, you're just out, you're exposed. I'd carry a blade.
You are very paranoid these days.
I am.
More than normal. You live in a gated community. You're so safe.
I carry a knife all the time.
I'm the one that's the easiest person to murder. Easiest.
If you want to see something horrifying, too, you can check out the photos we got on the KVJ Show Facebook page. There's a photographer in Australia that spotted a python eating an entire crocodile.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a video of that?
You can see the still shot photos.
Whoa.
It's pretty insane. Yeah, it's something to see. It's on the KVJ Show Facebook page. You can check it out right now.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Ever do something really embarrassing and then you look around with that moment of fear and you hope and pray that nobody saw what you just did? Virginia had one of those moments yesterday. She's at the gas station and you're trying to pump gas and it keeps clicking off on you.
Yeah, that automatic little thingy where
Yeah.
you can do it and set it.
Right.
Well, literally, it clicked off like 3 times, and I'm trying to like text on my phone, but I've got my door open, so I'm like in my driver's seat, but I'm standing on the pavement, and I have to keep walking over and resetting it, and then walking over and resetting it. So I got really frustrated. And on like the 3rd time I had to go over there and walk and reset it, I don't know what my brain was thinking. I certainly was at fault here. It was not the pump. But I went to go turn it back on. So I turned back on the nozzle so the gas is flowing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I decided I was going to try to move the nozzle so that it wouldn't like cut off again. But I guess I moved it out too much, and a geyser of gasoline sprayed out of my tank onto my hair, face, chest, and torso. I was coated in gasoline from my head to my private parts.
There has to be video somewhere.
There has to be video because there is cameras everywhere at every gas station. You always see those videos of those people blowing themselves up. There's got to be video. I was on fire. My face was burning. Thank goodness I had my Terminator sunglasses on.
This is the racetrack?
This is the racetrack right by us.
So we asked for footage before, but this was a long time ago, and I think it's new management. They didn't give it to us the last time.
Just say we want it because it's funny, because our dumb girl on our show sprayed herself down with gas.
Give me a timestamp on this.
Noon.
High noon.
Did you look around? Had anybody seen what you did?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But again, my eyes were watering and I was crying from the burning gasoline.
Okay,
that
so
was
you really couldn't see.
in them. There was people all around me at the pumps, but I think everybody was doing their own thing. And when it happened, I was on the very end pump and my back was to the people and I was kind of catching the geyser in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anybody saw me because no one could see from that other direction. I'm praying that nobody saw me.
Okay.
No, what we want, we got to get this out there to the people.
If anybody saw Virginia, please let us know. You saw her dumbass spraying herself down with gas.
Kevin, it was so shocking and horrifying.
Oh, yeah.
My skin was on fire, and then I still had to go run errands. I couldn't go home and shower.
What's worse is when you've done something really embarrassing and you're hurting because of it, too. And then as people are looking, you're trying to play off, but you're like really in pain. You just want to cry.
2 things you don't want to get in your eye: gasoline and then paint for like your house.
Oh.
2 things that'll mess you up. Did you actually get in your eye?
Oh, yes.
Was it burning?
Yes. My skin was on fire.
So what is your I hope nobody saw it moment? I'm sure that we all have one.
Too many, man.
Max was so mad at me because she's like, man, the car smells like gasoline now. Like, the car still smells like gasoline.
Okay, so what is your I hope nobody saw it moment? It's happened to all of us. Virginia did hers pumping gas. She was wrestling a little bit with the gas pump, and what do you know? And then she forgets that when things click, oh my gosh, gas is still guzzling out of it.
Spraying out at such force.
Right.
It rocked my world.
Rocked her world.
Oh gosh, I wish I could have seen that.
It was in my mouth.
That's something that would happen to me, not the witch.
Oh, Bird, my life is falling apart. I feel like I'm copying you.
The one that was really embarrassing for me, I had my laptop just like this in my hand, and I was in a rush, and I put it on the top of my truck, and I didn't realize it, so I'm reversing. All of a sudden, I hear my laptop on the ground, and of course, my hottest neighbor's looking and sees the whole thing. So, unfortunately, someone did see me do this.
That usually is what happens, yeah.
That's
People
the worst.
probably do. Mm-hmm.
I didn't care that I had gas all over me, and that's really kind of messed up because I had gas all over me. I should have started screaming and asking for someone to come help me with some kind of cloth, but instead I was just like trying to hide in my car and look around and see who noticed.
And did you say, were you on the phone at the time, Virginia?
I had my smartphone on the driver's seat, and I was like leaning into my car texting. Yes, so
okay.
It's my fault.
Okay. Somebody did want to give you note to be careful about being on the phone, electric charges and gas and all that kind of good stuff.
Oh, I do it all wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always on my phone by the gas station. I do it all wrong as well.
Just kind of a public safety service here. Be like going, yeah, you'll never guess what just happened.
Just know 2/3 of your show does it wrong.
Some other people sending in there, I hope nobody saw it moment. Some comments, too, on the KVJ Show Facebook page. Shire said, I tried to step over the gas hose to get to the garbage can to the gas station. I missed.
Oh.
You ever seen that? And I do that. That's
You
a
trip.
risky. And I'm very deliberate. I'm trying to go over the hose and step and watch myself. She caught the hose, tripped and fell flat on my face right there at the gas station.
Oh, I hate that.
That could happen.
Yeah, I
too.
fall a lot too. There's so many of them.
I think at a certain point in your life when you realize you got to go under the hose, not over the hose.
Really? I don't know. That hose. You know what? The hose, I got to tell you, it's in a tricky spot because it's just at the length where you have to look and be like, do I go over or under?
Well,
and
you
under,
forget.
Yeah, under, I think for me, I can't. I have to go over, but it's at the great trip, and it's usually the second foot in the toe.
You better check your footwear. Make sure you're ready for this leap.
Flip-flops are dangerous. I mean, how many things you snag flip-flops
She's
on?
alluding that we're too old to make this jump, Kevin.
No,
and
I'm not that feeble. It's not like I'm on a cane, Virginia. I mean,
You're not in your 20s anymore over there, jumpy jumps.
if I can't just step over a hose, yeah, just put me in a home.
I'm in my prime. God, what a witch laugh that is.
Rachel put on our Facebook page, she said, I was at a client home and I was parked on the street. I jumped into a car and I tried to start it, keyless entry. For 15 minutes, I sat in the car trying to figure out why it wouldn't start. I popped the hood. I even called AAA. Then I got out and realized that my car was actually parked right behind the one I was in.
Oh, that happened to you one time back at our old station. You thought something was wrong with the board, and we had called the engineer in. He goes, yeah, the volume was down. Hit the button.
That was the one that, of course, hated me. I thought I was the biggest moron on the planet.
He hated you in Virginia. All those talking heads need to shut up.
Yeah. You might have been right. Kathleen, she said, I hope nobody saw it moment. I was hosting my boss, his wife, my coworkers at my first adult party. I squatted down to get something out of a lower cabinet and almost blew the roof off. I look around, utter silence. Everybody is stunned, and then a roar of laughter.
That's right.
I laughed, I cried, I wanted to die. Heard about it at work forever.
Oh,
that is rough.
They went back and told the others.
I never guessed what she did at the dinner party. She's going down to get something that's real quiet. She farts so loud.
Virginia, if something like that happened at work here, we're not broadcasting on the air.
I probably tweet about it immediately, and then talk about it.
Justin said, as a maturing young man in middle school, my body's going through the usual changes. And at the time, for some reason, my dad would only let me wear pretty much short shorts. I don't know why. He's from Missouri. He said, I don't know, maybe it's a Missouri thing. He said, well, one day during lunch, I was sitting there eating lunch in the cafeteria. Did not realize that my body change had really exemplified itself. He was standing at full attention. but apparently a breeze had not gone by yet and he didn't realize. As he's eating his sandwich, he looks down and realizes, oh my gosh, not only is it a detention, but it slipped out of my short shorts.
Oh.
I look around hoping nobody has seen this, and there is a table of older girls sitting there pointing and laughing.
Oh, my man, I'm so sorry, mijo.
I mean, that's a guy who loves a sandwich, though, right? It's so good.
Yeah,
I have a feeling Japer might be like that.
How do you notice that thing's not hanging out and that you're at attention? It's like a hell of a sandwich.
It's new to him.
He's a young boy. This is new to him. He's not used to what his body's doing to him. He's just like, I just don't get it. What's going on here? All right, Jay Bird, if you would, please wrap it up here before we get to the After the Show podcast, which I hear we might have some beer today, I'm hoping.
Beer?
Yeah.
Stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it.
Okay, yeah.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.